E. E, we're not live. Ooh, when I tell you I love the Lord and I won't take it back, I promise you. Here we go. No. No. I am live. Y'all can hear me? Oh, okay, because my screen doesn't say live. That's why I'm like, what are we doing? It says schedule. Proceed. Okay. Good morning. This is why you gotta have a team, because I'm sitting here like la da dee la dee da la da dee la dee da. Oh, see what I'm saying? Woo! Good morning, good morning, good morning. You'll see this face, you'll hear this voice, you'll hear this laughter, you'll see these technical difficulties. You'll know it's Saturday morning and it's time for Solace Saturday. This is a new one, so I have no idea how to navigate this. Um but welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's gonna be a great day because we serve a great God through the technical difficulties. And we just gonna I'll be doggone, it's on the phone. How is it on the phone and it ain't on my screen? Lord Jesus, today. Forgive the pause. I'm just checking to see if there's any changes. But nevertheless, good morning and welcome, Kingdom Blessings, everyone. Good morning to my animal kingdom. Kingdom. I'm so confused right now, yo. This is a new level of confusion for me. I have no blues clue. This is why, because this segment, and I always say this about every segment, but this segment is gonna yeah, I'm here for it today. We're gonna do what we go. I don't know what. Okay, so on my screen it says schedule, so I wasn't sure if we were live or not. But my team is telling me that we're live, so we're just gonna proceed and just let it do what it do. All right. So I really hope I really hope today's segment gets recorded because it's going to be a doozy. So we're just going to jump right in. Again, good morning and kingdom blessings to everyone. I am your host, Cherise Stevenson, your life strategist, and with technical difficulties. And welcome again to Solace Saturday. This is year 3, y'all. Year 3, season 6. Yeah, year 3, season 6. And our theme for this season is 3 simple words, yet very potent, very powerful, and they are free, favored, and focused. Not in any specific order. That's just what God gave me. And I appreciate it because I am zoned in focus. For me, it's focus. For you, it must mean you may need to stay free. Somebody else is just looking for God's favor. Some of us may need all 3. I in this critical time, in these next 6 to 9 months, for me, it's focus. So take it any kind of way, apply it any kind of way, but that's what God gave me, and I hope it's a blessing to you. Team, can you say good morning so I can see if I can see the comments? Because right now it looks like I cannot. So can somebody just type good morning so I can see whether or not I can see the comments? Because that's very crucial to today's segment as well. She's looking for me on Facebook. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Bert. Yep, I can see the comments. Okay, she can't. I went live. I did. I will check it again. Thank you, Erica. Let me check it one more time because I did make it public. I will. It's public. I made it public, E. I don't know why it's not there. I really want people to tune in because they're going to be mad that they weren't able to participate in today's conversation, because we definitely going to get the help that we need because I got the right ones on today. Keep going. I'll find you. Okay. Right. So, and I'm speeding through this because I really want to get to today's segment. So, Solace Saturday is a platform of growth and encouragement that was birthed from the third installment of Unnamed and Unwanted, the trilogy, I Know Who I Am, the process to positivity. It is not the only process, but it's a process on becoming bigger, better, greater. We use this moment as a mirror, not to look at ourselves, but to look within ourselves through our weekly readings of aspirations, which is our positive quotes, inspirations, which are positive scriptures, and affirmations, which is the positivity we speak over ourselves. Please understand that this platform is a platform where we challenge you to make a choice to change. And that goes both ways because I get challenged. Hey, Tiff. All right, I can see comments. That's all Yep. All right. We are on. We are live. Right? Please, 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 please understand. If you've been with me since the ball dropped, what you see is what you get, and what you hear is exactly what you heard, including all the technical difficulties. You hear what I say? Today was definitely brand new. Thank you for my team being here, helping me navigate, because I ain't have a blues clues what's going on. So we're just gonna jump in. Again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Good morning to my animal kingdom. Did I tell y'all I even got a rabbit? I got cats, dogs, and a rabbit. Cute little black and white thing in North Carolina. Cute little thing. And they all, I promise you, they all watch Solace Saturday. So shout out to my animal kingdom and to all of my viewers here today. Thank you for just being here with me, praying me through, laughing with me, laughing at me, because I laugh at myself. It's a beautiful thing. You can't laugh at yourself, then but I'm a whole show. I'm a whole show. I'm a comedian. I do stand-up comedy. Listen, I do it. Right? So we're just gonna jump right in. Of course, we're always praying. Why my cousin said she's sending her dog Luke to my house. He can come. He can come. I don't care. I like Luke. So I like Luke. So I always say we're praying for this government. I'm not going to dwell on that because I'll go all the way left and I won't get to what I want to talk about today. I am just looking for me. How about I'm looking for me on my own platform? How about that? Oh, there she go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Because I watch my phone and my iPad because everything don't load up at the same time. All right. So, government, praying for our churches, our leaders, our bishops, our pastors. Good morning to Divine Destiny Cathedral, Bishop and First Lady Jones, and to my parents, Nanny and Pop. I love you guys. If you don't know what to pray for or who to pray for me and mine, because my leaders got to deal with me. So if you know, you know. Progress every day. Process every day. Just sometimes we up, sometimes we down, sometimes we don't care. Pray for the Joneses. Okay, great. I am who I am. I'm trying, and I'm in my process of becoming bigger, better, greater. It, amen. We're moving because I could get stuck on me all day too, and we're moving. Um, we're still praying for those who are grieving. People, yo, we're praying for those who are grieving, who are mourning. I've had several hospital scares of close people of mine. Thank God they all pulled through. They're home. They're recuperating. They're resting. We thank God for that. Shout out to my cousin Trish, who may or may not be on today. She just had surgery. We're praying a healthy and speedy recovery for her as well. Hey, Carl. I miss you, Booger Bear. That's my friend. I have friends and then I have friends, and that's my friend. Thank you for your love and support, babe. I miss you. Right? We are also yeah, I don't have any other announcements. And would you believe I don't have any birthdays to acknowledge? So we're just gonna continue celebrating my daughter niece, Miss Liz Wilson. Happy birthday, boo. Hope your trip was amazing. You look fabulous. Oh, that girl is doing a doggone thing. I need to do my 30s over and just live through her because her life is freaking amazing. And I celebrate my boo thing because that's my boo thing. That's my right hand. That's my spine. You hear me? She holds me up. So I celebrate her the way that I do because she is who she is. So if anybody else has a birthday or anniversary, I celebrate you. I salute you. And mwah, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you much. Announcements. You know, this is Women's History Month. My team is on with me every week. I pause because, you know, 4 Saturdays is usually Jamel Lewis. Depending on how this segment ends, he may or may not be on. So we'll find out in the 9th hour whether or not. Yeah, Bert, I see your face in the green room. I'm telling you, I'm so glad you're here with me today, Bert, because I need your level of input. So, but you know, as you know, 4 Saturdays is Jamel Lewis. We are fasting. Solace Saturday members, Legacy, we fast every Wednesday from 6 to 6. This is not a 21-day thing. I want it to become a lifestyle. This is what we do on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. During the summer, if you can, on vacation, whatever. When Wednesday comes in and God allows you to see it, this is what we do. We are disciplining ourselves because we need this level of strength and discernment for what is going on in the world. I find myself at a different level of pivoting and pacing because I'm like, I belong to God. That's where I'm at with it. I belong to God. Did you see that he did this? He signed off on this. I belong to God. This is what fasting is doing for me. I'm not ignoring the issues, but at the end, I belong to God. And fasting on Wednesdays from 6 to 6 keeps me in alignment with that. I belong to God. We always say, quote, in Malachi for tithes and offering, but you really need to zone in on the part where it says he rebuked the devourer. He rebuked this devour. I belong to God. This is why we fast. 6 to 6. I'm not, whatever happens around me, I just believe God is going to protect and provide because I belong to God. And this is why we fast on Wednesdays from 6 to 6. We need internal strength and we need discernment. We need stability. We need a level of focus. I'm trying to get us to create a safe space spiritually. So we're like, you know what, God, today you got my undivided attention. We probably can't do it every day because of life. I get it. But do your best to try to do it on Wednesdays from 6 to 6. It could be less social media, food, whatever, snacks. For me, it's definitely snacks, you know, because I'll snack before I eat a meal. So just whatever you can do, whatever you can sacrifice, because that's what builds discipline. When you sacrifice, that's how you kill the flesh. You sacrifice. Honey, you better believe it. You better believe it, Bert. Oh, I can't wait to get you up here. So that's what we do on Wednesdays, right? From 6 to 6. If you can, if you're watching now, if you watch the replay, if you watch on YouTube, join us. Join us on Wednesdays from 6 to 6. We are doing it, and we are doing it right, and we are doing it well. Amen? Great. What else I'm going to tell you guys? This is Women's History Month. I honestly have no other announcements and birthdays, so we're just going to get in it. This is Women's History Month, and I have had my team on with me throughout the month of Women's History Month because the core of Solace Saturday is all women. And as we branch out, there are some men in the background, believe it or not. But my core is women. The producers, the executive producers, the IT, the web designers, all of that good stuff, my sounding board, all of them people, it's all women. And I want them here with me in Women's History Month. And they have been doing their best to be here with me. Even my daughter who's traveling around the world, she got up. And we are in different time zones. And she got up and she was here with me. And I appreciate her sacrifice. So this is what I do in Women's History Month. We have a theme. And we're going to get into it because each week leads us to a new thought in women's history. And it's very diverse. It's very unique. We're not talking about Sojourner Truth. We're not talking about Harriet Tubman. We ain't talking about women of history. We are women here and now creating our own history. We're here. We're in the here and now. And so I have a theme that is taking us all kinds of ways and how we are contributing to women's history, right? So our theme is, I'm jumping right in because I don't know how this is going to go, but it might just be a part 2. So our overall theme is, as a woman, what do you feel is your contribution to history? That's our overall theme. We've had a lot of in-depth conversation. We started off talking about morals and balance and safe space. My daughter chewed that all the way up. That was so good, y'all. You need to go back and watch that one. And I like talking to her because she represents her generation of millennials. And we need them and they need us. So I love incorporating that level of mindset because they don't always get it right and we don't always get it right. But we've been just, and whatever's been said has been linked to the following week. So last week, I had a few of my members on and we were talking and something came up in conversation and it hit a nerve. And I was like, I need to expound on this. So we're going to do that. Let me just give you a little bit of background history about women. All right. Can I do that? Give me 2 more minutes. All right. So we all know that the first woman that we know of is Eve, correct? Right. Okay. However, this is why you can't go down everybody's rabbit hole. The Jewish culture feels that Eve is the second woman, and the first woman, look, I see Berta's face in this green room, and she is cracking me up. The first woman was a woman by the name of Lilith, who was made from the same soil as Adam. And where's my notes? She was his first wife. Okay, Bert, you're going to fall off your couch when I say this part. She was the mother of his demonic offspring, because that's what it said, demonic offspring. Right. And she was no longer married to him. They divorced or whatever because she was disobedient. So next they made Eve from his rib. Now this is the belief of the Jewish culture. This is what they believe. This is how they get down. This is why they own Eastern Parkway. I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? They on their own. They on their own, and it doesn't surprise me because they have their own schools, they own hospitals, they own EMT vans, they own police, they own bodegas. That's their thought and their theory. I just like to share it because it's hella funny to me. Nevertheless, as I was preparing for this theme, I thought about the beginning and the end, the year that you're born and the year that you transcend. And in the middle, there's that dash, right? And that dash simply represents life. Life. And it just coincides with what are you doing? How are you contributing to this life? Right? So I came across a poet, and her name is Linda Ellis, and she wrote a poem called The Dash. And in this poem, she raises two questions, which is, how are you living your dash? And what is it that will fill the moments of time from the beginning of your life to the end? And I think that is so crucial in what we do. Your energy, your time, your sacrifice, your contribution, hello, to history. We're making history every day. We're doing something every day. We're being watched every day. We're being imitated every day. If y'all don't say nothing else, y'all say today's a great day because we serve a great God. If y'all don't say nothing else, y'all gonna find a way to say bigger, better, greater, because that's what we do. That's my contribution. You know what I mean? So it's there, right? So we was talking last week, and Alicia said it in the comments, and then Colleen said it, and I said, okay, this is where we're going. So in this moment of teaching or just expounding on our contribution in the here and now, right? How do you unlearn? Good morning, Monique. How do you unlearn learned behaviors? Right? Because if we're contributing to history, how do we do that? And I'm going to pause and bring up my team so we can get into it. So y'all say good morning to Roberta. And
Hey,
I don't know if Erica's going to be able to be all the way on. She may have laid down. Morning, Lori. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Lori. All right, so if you see a blank box, that's Erica. Erica is not feeling well. She's trying to be here. But Erica, I got you on in case you have something to say. If not, just put it in the comments, okay? But good morning, Erica, and good morning, Bird.
hey, good morning.
So Colleen and Alicia hit a nerve. Big time. Big time. And they mentioned that we had to unlearn what we've learned, right?
Oof.
So real quick, during technical difficulties, I was like, do we really understand the concept of unlearning? So I looked it up really quick, right? And it says, unlearning is the process through which we break down the origins of our
Oof.
thoughts, our attitudes, our behaviors, our feelings, and our biases. Now, let me tell you something. This week, from Monday to Friday, I have been tried in my thoughts, my attitude, my behaviors, my feelings, and my biases. So I said, okay, we are on to something.
Wow.
We are on to something. So how does that play into our contribution of history? Lori came straight out the gate. See, when Lori shows up, she shows up right. Lori said that is a hard thing to do without acceptance, commitment, discernment, and grace.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let's get it. So how do we what let's do it. Cause I'm telling you, conversations have been off. I mean professionally and personally. Conversations have been off the wall. Like I quit 3 times. I did. I quit literally. Like who do you think you talking to? Like what? Okay. Like so I felt like it was a self-check for me. Am I growing? Am I learning? Am I giving myself more grace? Thank you, Lori. Am I handling this better? We sure did. Like, am I improving? You know how you get your report cards? You get graded for the first quarter, you get graded for the second quarter, you can do improve here, you can do this better. How, so that's just me. That's just for me. I'm like, you did all right, but you can fix your face. You know, you didn't have to walk off while she was still talking. After that's your boss. Just so, and I'm learning also my reaction to stuff is still some triggers.
Oh yeah.
The way people talk to me is a trigger for me. Being falsely accused of stuff is a trigger for me. Being I have to learn how to do better. I have to learn how to do better. So unlearning, our contribution of unlearning for women's history. How do we do that?
So I feel like first, in order to unlearn, we have to remember what things used to be like. We have to kind of like look at the way women were looked at prior, and prior generations before. We had no voice. We were considered property, back in the
You just said something. I gotta write that down so I don't forget.
we were not even considered human beings. We were yeah, basically, like I said, we were considered the property of men. And so that's why we had to have all of these, women's rights movements, and that's where the feminists and things came in, because we were not, and the crazy thing about it, we were considered property, but we were the ones in the background running everything. We were the ones that were making sure that people, like the men's, they came to us to get the work done. They came to us to get the labor done, just like slaves, basically. But the men were the forefront. They were the face of everything. So so the way that we kind of bring that in now, what we have to do, first of all, is remember, because at the age that we are, I feel like we are kind of like on both sides of it, where we kind of close out to the end of, that era, because there are still some women in our age group or a little bit older that still feel like they have no voice, that feel like their opinions don't matter. They feel like there's, whatever he says. And I'm not knocking submission, I'm not knocking submission at all. But there's a difference between being submissive and being run over. There's a whole difference. So I feel like we are in between, where we're looked at as, or where we may even feel like our opinions and our voices and our contributions don't matter, and the other extreme, which is, I don't need no man, I can do everything better than men, this, that, and the third. We're kind of like right in the middle, because at the end of the day, we do need each other. We need each other. However, I think now what we're doing now is that we're starting to open up, and we're starting to learn, listen, I can do this. I can, I have a purpose of my own. Listen, I can tell you about conversations that I've had. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call them conversations, because I stayed out of it completely. But I remember hearing, I was helping someone plan their wedding. And there, while she was in the, you know, in the dressing room trying on her dress, her wedding dress, her mother and a couple of other ladies were there. um and I heard her mother saying, listen, when he's ready to get married, that's what you just, you know, you just that's it. And my opinion of that is, okay, but what if she's not? Does she not have? And so we have to understand that, yeah, if we can't, oh, I'm sorry, we can't just base everything off of what the men want to do. We have our own purposes. God has given us our own voices, our own dreams, our own goals, our own purposes to do things. And so I believe that what we're doing now is we have to battle, we have to combat. And I believe somebody said that, what is it there, I believe somebody said, let me go back to this comment that she said, basically you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. And there's some acceptance and commitment. It's like a whole level of commitment that you need to understand. And honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I still battle sometimes with, Roberta, your voice does matter. What you have to say does matter. What you have to contribute to this world does matter. And once we are able to accept that, once we're able to open our eyes and see how much we do count and how much we are needed, we can start moving forward. And I'm so proud of all of the women that are doing it. I am so proud. But yeah, that's basically, it takes a lot of unlearning. It takes a lot of kind of shifting that mentality and
So let me interject right here, because you said something that was very, 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 very powerful. I want to address this marriage thing first, because you asked the question um, based on a wedding that you was participating in. It's like, how do you know she's ready, right? What if she's not ready?
mm-hmm.
This is just me. This is just me. There would be no marriage. There would be no wedding if the woman don't say yes to the engagement. We control that whole scenario.
That part.
So if she's not ready, hear me, women. If she's not ready, don't say yes to the engagement.
Thank you.
I don't, if I'm not, nah, you know, if there was no conversations leading up to the possibility of engagement, then, oh, because what, you at the church and he bowed down to you during offering? You didn't even put money in the offering. Why are we doing this? You don't even contribute. Like, what are we doing? Like, who is this for? Is this for me or is this for you? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
I know we argue Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday you want to eat baba shah, and then no,
Baby.
no. Let me, transparency. You know, this is what we do on Solace Saturday. I had a proposal. I had somebody, a gentleman propose to me, and I was like, "Are you mad?" I just, as much as I want to be married, I want it, because I just think ministry just goes to a whole nother level, personally, professionally, spiritually, when two become one. But this guy proposed to me, and I was like, "My nigga, you just got caught with one of my friends. Are you crazy?
Wow, the
How
audacity.
desperate do you think I am? I'm in my moment of Lodi Bar, but I'm not pitching a tent here. I'm not staying here. Are you? No." It's okay to say no.
Yes, it
And I
is.
think one of the ways to unlearn something is to find the power in your no.
There you go. There you
But
go.
that's that my first point with you. My second point, which is actually my first point, you said that we have no, because you said we have no voice.
Had.
We
No.
had no, we had no voice, right? That is so personal to me. That runs so deep into me that it's a blood cell. It's like a cancer cell to me. And I'm just being transparent because I'm in my process of unlearning. And the only way to unlearn is to be vulnerable.
That's it.
Right? So having no voice is like a cancer cell to me, and I'm trying to get rid of it. And it stems from the relationship I did not have with my mother. I couldn't talk. I had no opinion. She spoke. She would ask me a question, then answer it, and then call me a liar. I ain't even say nothing. How does that look? Okay. Cherise, where were you? Oh, I know where you was at. You were there. You gonna tell me you was with your friends. You wasn't with your friends. I know where you was at. So what you asking me for? If I'm telling you I'm with Roberta and you telling me I'm somewhere with my legs up in the air, because I was always a bitch and a hold of her since the age of 10. Like, really, I don't even know what sex is, but I still fight boys. I like the challenge because they can't beat me. Like, I ain't even thinking about boys like that unless they can buy me lunch, because this is high school, junior high school. I'm a thick girl. I didn't get this way by looking in the mirror. I like to eat. So if you can buy me lunch, that's all I was doing. I was eating. She had me pregnant at 14. She had me having sex. She had me with all kind of boys. Why are we having this conversation? So I had no voice. I had no voice. And then when you said it, I was like, oh God, Jesus.
That's where it starts.
That's where it stems from, right? So now I'm in my process. So how you talk to me is a cancer cell for me. Not that you got to walk on eggshells. Oh, no, you got to be very timid with her. You can't do that. No, talk to me. Talk to me. Just
watch what you say and watch how you say
it. Here's the thing. Don't talk at me. Talk with me.
There you go.
And I've learned the difference. My mother spoke at me. You told me where I was at, what I was doing, who I was with. Instead of, yo, Reese, where you at? What you doing? What's going on? Da 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 da. You can. I hope I'm explaining the difference, so whoever watched this replay can understand. Those of you who are here can understand. There's a difference with how you speak. When you speak at somebody, you're not including them in the conversation. Right. You're taking away their opinion, their perspective, their input, their contribution. And that goes back to the days of history, the slave days and stuff like that, where women had no voice. You were just told what to do, and you did it.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. So, and that's how you're helping me heal today, y'all. That's how my boss spoke to me this week. She spoke at me. Excuse me. Not only did she speak at me, she was in my space. I was like, move. Because if I raise the left hand, I'm not in worship. I'm about to punch you dead in your mouth. Move. But I couldn't say that to her, so I moved. But I didn't just step back. I just walked away. I'm working on it. Y'all pray for me. Y'all need to check on me throughout the day. Y'all need to check on me throughout the. Boo, you all right? Sis, you all right? Cuz, you all right? Yep. Yep. And it's so good because this was the topic for the day. Unlearning. Unlearning. I have to unlearn how to respond like that. I can't. Well, here's the thing. I vibe off of energy. I vibe off of energy. So if you come at me like that, my response is going to be what you gave me. But when I respond, it's a problem. If we address it, oh, that's just who I am. If I, I really didn't like the way you spoke, but I talk to everybody like that. See, that's the problem. I'm not everybody. But everybody don't know me.
Whew, honey.
Right, Lori. I can't always react without thinking. But you know what, Lori? I have a problem with being falsely accused. As you just heard in my scenario with my mother, you telling me where I'm at, what I'm doing. You're not even asking me.
Right. There's a difference.
There's a difference. You're talking at me with your own conclusion. So why are we even here?
Like, you might as well just give me the consequence and call it a day.
Just,
If that's what you're going to do, give me the consequence based on whatever your narrative is. If you're not going to hear me out anyway, if you didn't already made up in your mind what's going on, what it is, then why do we need to have a conversation? This could have been an email. You did this. This is that. Okay, if that's what you think, do I get to talk now? Do I get to tell you what it really is? Do I get to tell you my side?
Yeah, but that mentality of, I don't know how to. You know what? I think I got it. Because we have to change the trajectory, right? Because this is our contribution to history as women. Like I said it last week, and I said it the week before. We're being watched. Some of us have daughters. Some of us, we're aunties, we're godmothers, we're being watched. Like I've never had so many little girls trying to wear a heel, and it's so cute to me. It's so cute to me. They want to wear a heel. They want to sit how I sit. No, I'm not here for that. Yeah, we're not here for that. And it tickles me, but it's so cute. It's so cute. And now my cute little nonverbal villains, because that's what I call them.
Oh.
The little girls, because they so cute. One little girl, every time I move, she moves. Everything I say, she mimics. Everything. It's cute. So whether you can speak or not, I'm being watched.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to change the trajectory of my reaction.
Right.
Right? So I can't go off like I used to, but I have to learn to separate, because it's become my defense mechanism. It's a, like I said, it's a cancer cell for me. Right, Lord, we have to, and I'm learning. This is why we're learning how to unlearn behaviors. So what do? Do we have to, and this is why fasting on Wednesdays is so important, because I probably would have got fired. I'm telling you, I would have got fired. And I don't know the last time I got fired.
That's a good thing.
I don't know the last time I got fired. I can't recall, but it would have happened. It would have happened definitely this week. I'm telling you, because God knew, the enemy knew I was going to deal with this, because we're helping one another.
Right.
So for me, and if anybody can identify with this or have some input, help me, help us. I don't think I play victim, and I don't think I hold on to my past with my mom, but there's just it's still a trigger. That sound, that tone, that approach. I'm an adult. I'm a human being. You understand? That's why I try my best to break down speaking at me and speaking with me. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning it, and I'm being held accountable for myself. How do I navigate their ignorance? Because ignorance is not knowing something. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So I gotta what I have to control me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to change this trajectory, I don't know.
So I'm gonna chime in here. One thing I wanted to tell you, to explain, is it's ingrained in you. You grew up with that. So that is not going to be something that is going to be, it may always be a trigger. That's what I mean. It's possible that it may always be a trigger. What it is that we have to learn how to do is, how do we respond when we're triggered? How do we, first of, and one of the things that I'm learning in therapy is that all emotions that we have are valid, regardless of what they are. They're valid. They may not always be justified, but they are all valid. Because at the end of the day, the purpose of emotions is to get us to understand something. They want to help us with something. So whenever somebody is coming at you in that way, you're, because of your previous, or at least your perspective that they're coming at you that way. Because again, one thing that I'm also learning is that just because this is how I perceive it doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. So if somebody that is coming at you, like let's give it, your boss, we don't know how their growing up was. We don't know what their background was. We don't know what they had to deal with growing up. Talking like that could have been normal at their house. Talking like that could have been the way of life. That's how they were raised. That's how, that's just how they could have been. There we go. Hear the message without the noise.
I like that.
Like shooting
I
out
like
the phone
that.
type of thing.
I
So
like that.
in the very beginning, like once you recognize, first of all, I think what's really important is that we don't judge our emotions. And it's hard to do that. It is so hard to do that. So when you feel a way, it's like, okay, you know what? I understand. This is how I feel. But let me listen a little bit deeper and try it. And it's okay for me to feel the way that I feel. It's okay that I feel this way. There's a reason that I feel this way. But let me try to put how I feel at this moment and listen to what is actually being said. Listen to the words that are being said to me. And again, that's something that it has to be practiced. It has to be practiced. Oh, because again, once something hits you, the first thing you feel is the pain. When you go, like if you're, having surgery or whatever, you're going to feel that pain even after it's over. But the whole point was to help you. You know what I'm saying? So try whenever, understand that, listen, I feel, this is how I feel. And it's okay that I feel this way. This is the reason why I feel calm. Let me get myself together. Let me calm myself down. Let me notice what I'm feeling. Like one thing that I'm learning is something called mindfulness. And the way that works is whenever you're starting to, check in with yourself every so often. How am I feeling? Are my thoughts racy? Are my shoulders tense? Like check every part of you, because that's basically where emotions manifest in your body.
Yeah.
So if you are tense, if you're feeling something, what do I need? I need to, first of all, what is it that I'm feeling? Where do I feel it? And what do I need? And or do I want to stay this way? Is this how I want to stay? Do I want to continue feeling like this? And if I don't, what can I do to change it?
Yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. You and Lori, I'm loving this. Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah, you
it's
definitely have to recognize the trigger. Yep.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so
And I recognized it. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, all right, okay. But that whole, yeah, and not to be defensive, I'm like, but y'all wasn't there. Like, sis walked up on me and was here. I was like, what are we doing? What not Cherise, could you come into the office? You know what I mean? Could you just here? And I'm like, what are we doing? So you approach me wrong, you're in my space, and you're accusing me of something that You saw, but you didn't see the whole scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like this.
But at the end of the day, and again, I'm not saying that the way that you feel isn't, that shouldn't be taken into consideration. There's a whole nother side again that we don't know.
Right. And I appreciate that. This is why I like talking to you. I appreciate that because for years I heard in regards to my mom, well, you don't know how she was brought up, and maybe that's the best way she knows how to express love. I'm like, by calling me out of my name, okay, but she never called my brother out of his name. He was the love of her life. But I'm gonna let y'all rock out with that concept and that theory. It's cool. It's all right, But I have to unlearn because I had to change the trajectory of my reactions because everybody don't know.
Right.
And if this is going to be, if my walk in today's world is my contribution to history, morals, values, and respect, be a lady, love yourself, that's my contribution. You understand what I'm saying? I have to think a little harder. I have to be a little bit more disciplined in my reactions, i.e., fasting on Wednesdays from 6 to 6. I'm telling you, I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting. I'm just sharing honest to God, true facts. I would have been fired on Wednesday. Absolutely. It's a done deal. My career would have been over with DOE. Because it was, and you're right, everybody's perspective, not that my feelings are not valid, but everybody just don't know. And I have to take that into consideration. I have to take into consideration my past is my past and everybody is not my mom.
That part.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my contribution in this portion of unlearning is to not Lori, we 4 days apart. So yeah, I get it. Well, Lori, I walked away. I left her talking to herself. So my contribution, because we have to, again, we're being watched, men and women watching, little boys, little girls. How we react, whether you're right or wrong, misunderstood, indifferent. We really have to change the trajectory of how. How, right? I remember being in church and I was so aggravated. And we was at TLC. It was like, you got to trust the Lord. You got to believe God. And I was so aggravated because I was in the middle of something like, I'm going to go home and commit suicide in 20 minutes because y'all keep telling me what to do. And I pulled Bishop McDaniel to the side and I was like, nobody's telling me how.
That's it.
You're telling me what? I got it. But you're not telling me how. How do I do that? We was in his office. We were standing outside. I'll never forget it. We was on 3rd Avenue. We were standing outside, and I guess he saw it in my eyes because I was like, this is about to be the last time you're going to see me. We went back into his office, and we was in it for 45 minutes.
Wow.
Because I was like, I don't know how to do that. Life is weighing me down. I'm trying to, I give my tithes and my offering, and I'm here. I'm in Bible study. I'm in choir rehearsal. I'm here. And what am I doing wrong? And he really spoke to me and it helped. So this is why I had these kind of conversations, because we got to learn now how.
Right.
So how do we change the trajectory of not having a voice to having a voice?
Ooh.
Right? So what is it? What they say? If you think it, you become it. Is that how it goes?
So as a man thinketh, so is he.
I like that, Lori. So how do we change that?
Honestly,
How
and
do we deal with the how?
oh,
Because the how is a part of history.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's okay. You a mom.
And I'm
I
still
got you. I got you. It's early in the morning. The kids are up. They want cereal. They want toast. They want eggs. They want toys. They don't want to brush their
argue about
teeth.
stealing a charger.
They want a charger. I get it.
But how do we change? The only way that we can do that is, again, understanding that our response to things and how we can't change. And I can't say that we can't, but focusing on ourselves, basically, we can only change our own responses to things. We can only change our way of doing things. One thing that I pride, or not, I don't want to say pride, but I love my dad's responses to conflict. My father's so just cool
He
and level.
really is.
He is so cool and level. And I've actually learned that from him, as you know, in certain situations where he will tell, like, somebody can come at him just as ridiculous and belligerent, and he'll just look at you. And then when you're done, he will tell you off in the calmest way, to the point where you realize, did he just get my whole life together? And the thing is, the reason why he's able to do that is because I believe he understands that your peace, and this is something that and I need to go back to it. Your peace, our peace. Nope, I'm going to take it personal. My peace and my attention belongs to me. It cannot be stolen. It can only be given away. So if I decide to allow whatever you got going on to disturb my peace, if I decide to give you my attention, that's on me.
I like that. I like that.
So once we
I like that. I
understand
think you just
that,
got my
how
whole
we
life
respond
together.
to things, yeah, like once, if I can keep that, if I can remember that, because sometimes we forget.
We
Sometimes
forget.
like,
Yeah.
man, this person brought this out of me and this, that, and the third. Nah, baby, you allowed that to happen because they can't take nothing from you. That's yours.
And admitting that you allowed it to happen is accountability.
That's it. That's it. Because at the end of the day, a person can go do whatever it is that they want to do. I don't have to respond in the way that they feel like I'm supposed to. And honestly, when it comes to certain things, sometimes people will do things intentionally. Sometimes people will do things because they want us to respond a certain way. You know what? Really, really, like, instead of letting them have it, staying cool, staying calm, saying what you got to say, standing up for yourself, but doing it in a way where they can't do anything else but from it, but either be mad or respect it. I love an underdog story. I love when things don't go the way people expect it to go. I love that because it's like, you thought that you were going to get this out of me, but okay. And it's not that I can't. It's not that I don't have the capability of shutting you down. I hold that power though, and I know that I hold that power. So the fact that I know that I hold that power, I get to find out whether you're worth it or not. Because my
That's
energy
it.
is not always like when certain, I don't even want to say certain people. There are certain battles that we have to fight certain ways. So if that's the case, I want to preserve my energy for the stuff that's worth it.
Yes.
So if I
Yes.
you who are after nonsense, my energy, then that means I've lost something. I've lost some reserve that I needed for something more important. And you ain't it. So
I don't listen, audience, those of you in the comments. I, as much as I love Jamel, y'all know I love my Jamel. I feel like we really need to continue this next week because this is heavy.
mm,
And I knew it was going to be heavy because I was tried all week. Personally, too. We didn't even just get into personal stuff. This is just at work.
man.
I ain't gonna even talk to you about people who claim they know me and talk to me like garbage. We didn't even get there. But do y'all want to continue this conversation about unlearning next week, or do y'all want Jamel? Because it is now 9 o'clock,
Ooh,
after 9 o'clock, and we gotta wrap this up. But I don't feel like we're finished. And
that's
then
up.
Erica didn't get a chance to speak, and
Right.
Colleen is not here, and I want their input as well on this. I want this because I think this is a process for everybody.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Monique said, please continue. So that's two. Nope, Roberta wants to continue. That's three. Lori, you want us to continue? I think we have to continue this. Bert, are you available next week?
I believe so.
Rhonda wants, yeah, we got to continue this because we are helpers one to another.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we need to learn this. We really, like, I don't wrote stuff down. I don't wrote down how, change the trajectory, how to, honey, I take some of my notes. You think I be joking. I be right. Because it's important. We are the remnant, believe it or not. We
Mm.
are in this dying world, we're dying every 20 minutes.
Mm.
We're the remnant. And we don't know who we're touching. So even in this conversation, whether it be watched on YouTube, whether it be watched in the replay, somebody's going to hear something and be like, she talked on peace. Oh, she said you got to be honest with yourself. Oh, submission is a whole different level of marriage. Da da da. They're going to hear something in this conversation of unlearning. Oh, she said there's power in your no.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is not for naught.
At all.
I love it. We're going to continue this. I'm going to text Jamel. And I need all of y'all to come back. Of course, my team is going to be here. Sorry, Erica, but because she was looking forward to Jamel. She was probably the only one. She don't like being on video. It's nothing personal. I should have recorded for learning purposes. Go watch the replay, and it's on YouTube. You can watch it all day, every day,
Oh, yeah.
Lori. We're going to continue this process of unlearning because we are today's history, believe it or not. And we got to get us together to the best of our ability. Whew, God, I thank you for the experiences this week. I thank you for this platform. I thank you for those who participated today. I love y'all so much. I need y'all, please come back next week. We're going to try to wrap it up, but everybody else should be here next week. So we're going to probably go even deeper because everybody, when I tell you my team, their perspectives on stuff, this is why they're my team. They're my core. I don't care. Everybody else can fall by the wayside. These girls can't go nowhere. I will go and get them. Okay, great. Because they add to me different levels, different. I need y'all. I will never not need y'all. Thank y'all for talking with me. Thank y'all for answering the phone. When I say I love legacy, and this is why we are who we are, and I named you how I named you, because we're building together. And I love y'all. So until next week, y'all better get here at 8:59 because we're gonna jump right in. Y'all already know my introduction. Y'all can say it better than I do. We just gonna get in it. You already know today's gonna be a great day because we serve a great God. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Let's go. We jumping right in. All right, y'all. So Until next week, y'all stay safe and stay encouraged. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye. Erica, if you're here, I think I need you to log out for us.